I know it's been a long time since we talked direct side, bro. No, I am not a financial advisor, nor do I play one on my own radio show. This is strictly educational and entertainment only in my own personal opinions and beliefs on the market. Phil, do you got that? Phil! Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. This will be a brief, quick, short update, and then I'm going to get the laptop out here in a little bit and do a half hour or so video. Comment in this video down below. Let me know. I'll do 2 or 3 in-depth coins, new ones. Tell me in the comments below whatever the unanimous decision is on those 2 or 3 coins. We're going to do a 20 or 30 minute video on my laptop, and we'll break down whatever coin you want. Just leave the comments down below, right? For this one, we'll look at Celo. And you can see Celo is continuing to sort of do what we thought. You can see back here, we put down that we thought it would get a little choppy in here and maybe come back down here to this underneath major support line, because we got rejected off this major volume indicator up there, right? That's a major support zone. Here, we're going to move this up here. This is a major support box where all the volume's been traded, right? So we're going to make that yellow. Actually, we don't like having those on. Get down. All the way down. Actually, I like green. We're going to make it green. This is a major traded area up here, and it's going to act as major resistance if we get back up into here, right? Or we are up into there still. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So right now, as we broke down into there, we're sitting on the 50-day moving average right now, right? And that's our forecast was not too bad, thinking it would come up and then come back down. Now we're getting into this traded zone, so it's going to have a lot of resistance here, up and down. So now the next step would be, does it hit the 200-day at the bottom of this, then get bought back up, but get rejected off the 50-day, and then start trading back down, and then come to the 200, right? So this is a very critical area right now for Celo. And now as we zoom on in and isolate on in a little bit closer, and that's why we always start at Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing from the far out time frame and work our way into a super simple, easy way to trade this manipulated market, right? Let's make these a brighter color. So you can see now as we isolate it on in, now you can see in the daily, we were looking kind of bearish. And now in the hourly, we're definitely looking bearish as we slip below all 3 key moving averages, right? All 3 of them. That needs to be a little bit bigger. This needs to be green, right? So now what it's looking like is we're going to hit and use this 50 maybe as resistance. But best case scenario is you try to hop back on and come up here. But it doesn't look like there's enough steam with the volume. So it looks like if you come up into these moving averages, you're going to get beat down bad. And I think you're going to start trading down here into some of these underneath moving averages in the 4-hour time frame. In the daily, right down here, the 4-hour maybe in here, and the 3-hour somewhere in there. And I think you're probably going to start to trade down a little bit. But we're going to keep an eye on this because I could see a way where you gain support, use this traded area as support now, and then shoot back up into this region, right? So we're going to keep an eye on that scenario 1 or one of the moving averages in the 3-hour time frame, the 200-day down here, right? Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. The moving averages are even tighter. 3-hour. Yeah, the moving averages are tight with this. So that's more like a weekly moving average down there. Let's go to the weekly. The coin's not long enough. That's why it's all... Yeah, there we go on the daily. See that? There's your moving averages in the daily. I don't know what it was doing last time when I was showing. So that's what's going on in the Celo. Because then if we move into the 4-hour, man, these moving averages jump really far up in the 4-hour. That's crazy. So that's what we're going to keep an eye on for, because you got major support. You're in a major traded area. I think it's probably going to start to come down, though. You can see these moving averages are starting to angle down. The 50, the 200, right? The 50's there. The 200 blue is going to do this. And the 100's going to do that, or the 200's going to do that, right? So those are going to start to act as overhead resistance. So we're going to see if you get on top of those, maybe get to that upper target. But if you can't get into these moving averages and get on top of them, you're going to get beat back down, right? Then we'll look at Cardano. We haven't looked at Cardano in a while. Last time we were up into some kind of major region up there. Oh, yeah, look at that. So Cardano will go back to the weekly, and we had that in a big rising channel, right? A fake out to the bottom once down here. That was where the man was holding a bowling ball with the club foot, and it's a bearish reversal pattern at the top, but then it's a turnaround pattern at the bottom. It got the club foot and then rocketed back up into the rising channel, and that's why we circled right here when it was in it. If you're going to play this coin, does it do what it's been doing? It gets into support, and then it bounces, and then you sell support, you buy support and sell resistance, right? And that's how this pattern's been playing back here. You buy support, sell resistance, buy support, sell resistance, buy support, sell resistance. Now, if you're going to buy support, if you're trying to play the pattern, no, I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I play one on my own radio show. This is entertainment, target trading alert, biave. An educational and my personal opinions in the market, right? That's it. You make a probability-based decision on your own. Use me as guidance. And now we're there, and that's what we were looking at last time with this, right? And you can see that we have actually broken below it now as we zoom on in now to a super simple, easy way to trade this manipulated market, right? And that's why we always start from the far out time frame and work our way in. Now as we go to current price, your upper resistance is $2.64. We'll delete that now because we're here. And right now we have broken down and maybe taken this south route. But what likes to happen now that I've just noticed while watching the charts, right, in the market, is they often like to, but they're below the moving averages down here. So that's bearish. Usually if there's a moving average below it, they like to hop on it and ride it and get bought back up. But the nearest moving average below it, see, it did do that. It just got to go to the daily time frame in this one. See that with our industry exclusive drawing tool real quick. See, it broke down out of that major support, came right to the 200-day on a wick, got bought back up, and then see how it almost touched back to the back test this now. That's what they often like to do. They like to back test, and then if they get rejected, the next time they come to this moving average, they take a flush and they come down here to a target move, descending triangle. That was from a long time ago. So we don't need that on there, right? We just need that. See that? So that's what they like to do, and it actually did come up and back test. So now if we zoom in a closer, this actually is quite bearish because it did come down to that 200-day moving average down here, got bought back up, back tested, got rejected. Now it's below all the moving averages, and all the moving averages, the 200, the 100, and the 50, and green, blue, and red are all trending down. When they trend down, they act as resistance like this. They traded up into there and bam, got shot down, right? So now if you breach this low, which usually after you see a big wick and get bought back up, they like to come back and at least retest that. So right here is where I think your next move is getting traded down by the moving averages, the 200, the 100, and the 50 is going to continue to beat you down to double bottom at least to test that. And then you can decide what you're going to do. Is this going to break down out of this? And if this is a future pattern that actually does come to fruition, you would trade it something like this to the point of a breakout. And then there would be your next underneath target on your way down. Let's see if this makes sense anywhere back here, right? And the last time we had something similar to this, we had the man holding the foot, club foot pattern. You can see you had major support and resistance. You had some resistance rate with our pointer tool, resistance, support, resistance, right? Resistance, and it popped. So that would make logical sense getting down near that area if that is indeed a pattern. If this thing starts to trade, let's get rid of that. If this thing starts to trade with our drawing tool, future price predicting wavy line tool, if it starts to trade within that pattern, right, that is very possible, and then that would be a targeted move on the breakdown. So we'll pull that up to here as an initial spot that maybe right before the $1.42, you got a $1.55 to where you could do something like that, and then you get bought back up, back test that as overhead resistance. The moving averages keep coming down into the future, and then you get beat down, and then you come into there and you have something that looks like that, and that's how you trade this. So we'll make the first leg of this yellow, and we'll make the second leg of this purple, right? So it could look something like that. So that's what I would watch out for in Cardano. Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing. A nice extensive update on the laptop will be coming out soon. Peace and love to my new and existing and future subscribers.